Folks, we are here. Episode 1 of a new program, Tokusatsu Variety Hour. I literally don't know anything about Power Rangers SMH, then what are you doing here? Only Power Rangers I've seen was the dinosaur one. That could be one of four, Redogs. But folks, there's been some chatter in the Power Rangers community lately. And I am more of a Power Rangers fan than anything else. The show is called Tokusatsu Variety Hour, because I do also enjoy some Sentai and Kamen Rider, but I am a Power Rangers boy at my heart. And there's been some chatter about Power Rangers and its future. There's been some controversy, and I am here to give the correct opinion, of course. Early 2000s dinosaur Power Rangers. I'm gonna say that was probably Power Rangers Dino Thunder. But yeah. So obviously I have the correct opinion. I'm right 100% of the time. I've never been wrong once about anything tokusatsu related. My opinion it's basically just correct gospel fact, and you should take it as such. But of course, I will open the floor to the peons. Of course, we have Crow and Knight waiting in the wings, who I don't think necessarily agree with me on this, and we're gonna open it to callers. I'm gonna post it on Twitter. Hopefully, we'll get some stray Ranger fans to argue. But that's the show. So, folks, go ahead and strap in for Tokusatsu Variety Hour, our maiden voyage. Muted for my first line. That's right, it's Pokemon, not Pokemon. It's Tokusatsu Variety Hour, folks. That is a full drink that I left over there, and that is the narrative that I'm going to set as canon. Welcome to the show. Let's bring the boys in. Nightster, Crow Royalty. I,
So,
s- I suppose I
Hey,
should introduce you one by one so people get know which voice is which. Nightster.
hey guys, nice to uh yeah, I don't know what I can introduce myself from apart from my own channel and Toku Thrill, because that's where you guys
Toku
know me
Thrill,
from.
which is the channel this will be on in the future. Don't worry, Redox. You
Yes.
don't have to worry about this popping up in your sub feed, because the show is supposed to always be on our channel Toku Thrill, where we do tokusatsu videos like tier lists, and we've been reviewing the new season of Sentai episode by episode. But YouTube has this cool thing that I didn't know about, where when you decide you want to live stream, you gotta tell YouTube that, and they make you wait 24 hours because they hate you and want you to suffer.
yep.
So I'm doing a sort of backdoor pilot here on my channel, and then future episodes will be on Toku Thrill. But this is my show. I am, of course, the number one correct Power Rangers opinionator. Nightster and Crow are both gonna be pissed at me by the end of this because they don't realize I've adapted the "I'm always right" persona for this program. But let me go ahead and put the link out to the call in on the old Twitter machine. See if any bystanders want to join in on this. Should I quote tweet the initial tweet and do it? Like
Yeah,
the tweet we're talking about? That's probably right. That probably should
yeah.
do that.
Yeah,
Legacy of
uh,
Nerd, I think is the name of the thing. Yeah.
you got a haircut as well. You're trying to look decent for the stream.
Oh, you should. I've had this haircut for like weeks. This is the first time you see me with this haircut.
Yeah, I don't see you with your camera on, pointed at you all that often.
True. I turned my camera on to point it at my cats, but not pointed at me.
Exactly.
Nope, that is the link to Toku Thrill, not the link to the call. God damn it. I could have sworn I
There is a
pasted it
channel that you
already.
should subscribe to, by the way.
You should subscribe to Toku Thrill for future episodes of this program. Generate a new link. Da 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 da. I should have done this before, but I didn't want somebody to join the call right away and then get impatient. I didn't want to run that risk. So let me do that. There we go. It is live on Twitter. So now it is open for public randos to hop in. I trust your opinions, Riley. Crow is always lying. True. Thank you,
Redox,
Zedox.
shut up.
See that this time we have the court of public opinion on our side with this one.
Yeah, because
You do have the court of public opinion on your side, but what you don't have is a chance against me. That's what you don't have. That's what I'm saying. Hold on. I'm trying
We've
to
argued before. You know what I get like. I don't give in.
okay.
hold on.
So
Shut
Riley,
up.
do you
Shut
want to
up.
make
Shut up.
your
Shut up. Shut up.
point?
Shut up. I'm pulling up the tweet, but shit is fucking up because Streamlabs sucks. Hold on. Window capture. New window capture. Brave. Bam. Gotta shrink it so it's not bigger than my screen.
Oh wait, I found Leo.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah.
I
Well.
found Leo
He
in
didn't
the
even engage
response.
with me, that motherfucker. I responded and he didn't even engage.
He has a point though.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Cool. I have it up now. Now I just need to move it. Move my face cam. Move my face cam up to right below chat box and then move the window capture below both of those things. Shrink my webcam. Bada bing. Okay. There we go. So this tweet has caused quite a stir in the Power Rangers Super Sentai community. This is the wrong tweet. Oh my fucking god. Whatever. Close enough. People will
What tweet
figure it
did you
out.
pull up?
He used the same picture for both of these tweets, I'm pretty sure. Am I retarded? Damn it. And I also was gonna try not to say that word on this show, but that's already shot. Da, 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 da. How much did this
Man, you're on
fucking
a
guy
hot streak.
tweet?
A lot.
Holy
You're
shit.
you're on a hot streak of L's tonight.
Yeah. Well, none of these L's are based on my opinions, okay? My opinions are all W's.
I see this elf trick is going to go the entire stream.
Here we go. Hold on, here we go. Here's what I'm gonna do. There, simple process, right? Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and copy the text of my tweet. I'm going to delete it.
It's very original Redux.
I'm going to grab the real tweet, quote tweet, paste the text. There we go. Now we're cooking. Okay, and here's the tweet. So the Legacy of Nerd tweeted this out on the 25th, so 3 days ago. Power Rangers doesn't need Super Sentai anymore to be successful. What Power Rangers needs is modernization with writers and directors who understand the lore while taking it to the next level. While it will always have its roots in Sentai, it can grow beyond it. Now, the British guy makes me sleepy. I didn't realize what he said. Okay. So the more annoying section of the Tokusatsu fan base, the fucking dirty Sentai purist weebs have been having a ball with this tweet. Let's look at some of the quote tweets. If I can access those. How do you access the quote tweets on PC?
I don't know. I don't even know how to
View
access them.
quotes. Okay. I know how to access them on mobile, but not on PC. Yeah, this is the classic one saying this and then presenting three modified Ranger suits. You're missing the point. I'll get into it in a minute, but let's find some more. Uh, can we channel this energy towards Haim Saban instead? Real say as they're using a Super Sentai suit. Footage from Ranger.
Like
Power Rangers
I've
without
got
Super
my on
Sentai, and
this.
it's it's shitty McDonald's burgers. I'm trying to find some of the funnier roast tweets. It's not too late to delete. Ranger nostalgia bait. Seems like the
Like
funnier ones have gotten buried by people who are actually making a point. Dude's getting his ass beat in the QRTs. True.
I've got my own points to make, but I'm just gonna wait until Riley's done looking at these
Yeah,
quotes.
we're gonna discuss it. We're all gonna discuss our opinions, but I just want to go through the quote tweet Hall of Fame. Somebody pointing out like the poor performance of Power Rangers the movie, which is it's still a pretty good movie. Yeah, if you don't need Sentai to get rid of the Ranger, blah blah blah. Humans don't need oxygen anymore to live. Okay, great. Give me a Power Rangers with nothing. Nothing. Okay, I think I've made my point. There were some like funnier ones, but they seem to have been buried at this point.
I had to step
The
away
fucking
from me.
the Mickey Mouse gif where they're cutting up the chicken pot pie doesn't need chicken to be successful.
Oh, chicken pot pie doesn't need chicken to be successful, really?
They're making a comparison. You see Crow Royalty. They're doing it.
Hey, that's a correct comparison.
Lol, yeah, fair enough. Somebody posted that's bait gif. Okay, I think I've made my point. So the the group of crazy people on Twitter really seem to have taken the wrong message from this. I read this and I immediately understand what they meant. They even said that it still has its roots in Sentai, and half of Twitter's argument is, oh, their roots are in Sentai. Yeah, he said that. Well, you may have noticed I clarified in my thumbnail. You see, the initial statement is what caused the rage. Power Rangers does need the concept of Super Sentai, but what it doesn't need is new Super Sentai. And I believe that is the point that is being made even by this person. It just was not phrased in a way that the more dense population of Toku Twitter can understand. I'll let you boys talk about this because I know Crow disagrees with me. I don't know to what extent Nightster disagrees with me.
Okay, so I agree and disagree with points about what's being said on different things. And I want you to bear with me on the first half of what I'm gonna say because I feel like you'll start to agree with me more as I keep talking.
Okay.
As long as they as long as they don't lean into Ranger again and again and again and again
Which is what they're doing.
to keep pushing that Mighty Morphin brand,
We
then
don't know
yes,
that for sure at all, Core Royalty. They're doing it with fucking toys and shit, but we have no proof one way or the other that the new reboot has anything to do with Mighty Morphin.
I can almost
except Ninja
guarantee
Kid.
it's going to be Mighty Morphin again because that's all Power Rangers in the current state of being knows how to do. Because Hasbro likes to milk shit for every drop that it fucking can.
Because
Fuck Hasbro.
Well, I also think the 2017 movie and the comics both proved Mighty Morphin can be taken and made fresh in its own way.
It can, but Hasbro cannot do that. Keep in mind, neither of those were produced by Hasbro.
True, that's fair.
That's my
you
thing
seem
there.
to
Is neither of
Hasbro.
those were written by Hasbro.
Here's the thing, Hasbro doesn't write anything. You seem to have a misunderstanding of how television production works. Hasbro is the corporation that gives somebody money and tells them make this show. What actually matters is who they give said money to.
And
And
Hasbro doesn't know how to actually give money to the right fucking people.
and we don't know that one way or the other because we don't know who's
You can keep
wait.
saying that. I'm going to keep looking at everything Hasbro has put out in the past 15-ish years and just go off of that because Hasbro has killed just about every brand that I have actually liked when they purchased it.
15 years is a little too broad of a time range. Fucking the prime friendship is magic happened within the last 15 years.
Yeah, but either way, I'm not talking about hypotheticals of what could happen or whatever. Like, let's just say it how it is at the moment, which is we don't know. For right now, we don't know.
Yeah.
We have our guesses, but we don't know. And if they don't do what they should not do with the whole Mighty Morphin thing, as much as I love the Zoo Ranger suits and Mighty Morphin, they should not do another Mighty Morphin reboot. I'm sick of it. But they
Excuse
have,
me, past 13 years.
and they have. Crow, shut up! I'm still making a point. Power Rangers has proven multiple times that they are completely able to make their own custom suits. Most recently in Cosmic Fury. Now, those weren't the best suits.
And to be
Many
fair,
people
they
say
did
they're
have their
absolutely dog
basis
shit.
in Sentai suits.
And the helmet was a Sentai thing, but the
Yeah.
rest was all custom. Um, and and what was custom was kind of meh, as some people say it's absolutely dog shit.
Yes.
I say it's all right. However, it's not the only time that they've made their own custom suits. Jungle Fury had the Spirit Rangers, and Lightspeed Rescue had the Titanium Ranger, which did not exist in Sentai. So they can make good suits.
True.
Because
True.
those 4 suits are fire. So
Can I make
it's
a point?
my opinion.
Just real quick on those before we change.
Go on.
All right. If Power Rangers would lean back into like the I don't want to call it the natural look of Power Rangers, but you kind of get what I mean when I say that, right? Just where they look almost like they could be a Sentai, but they're not. I could get behind that for completely American Power Rangers. But I also know Hasbro's too fucking cheap to do that shit because they pay for shit at whatever the lowest bidder is, basically. It's
I think this particular thing is a different case. They're not handling this reboot like they've ever handled Power Rangers before. Like it seems like it's a higher budget production. It has backing from Disney because it's a progress from it's being produced for Disney Plus. I think this is gonna have a higher budget than Power Rangers has had probably ever. Because the first of all, because it's all original footage, and second of all, because
Are
it
they
seems
bringing
to
back
be
any of the people that wrote for the Disney era of Power Rangers, the people that can actually write Power Rangers?
No, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I guess we don't know who the writers are going to be. We know the directors are the same people who did the Percy Jackson show for Disney Plus.
Which
And
was
I'd like to make a point
it
about that.
exists. It exists.
A quick point about the whole writer thing. Just because you bring back a writer from something that was really good, that does not mean that what they're going to make for that in the future is going to be good again.
Yeah,
Oh, I
Jonathan
totally agree.
Zacher wrote some pretty good episodes of Power Rangers, but then he wrote all of Samurai.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I wasn't even going to talk about that. I was going to talk about the guy who wrote Dawn Brothers also being the guy who wrote, Jetman. And we all know how I feel about Dawn Brothers.
Like my point is the person who wrote seasons like 1 to 4 of modern Doctor Who also wrote seasons like 14 and 15, and on 1 to 4 was
14 and
amazing. It
15
was
are
the
good.
peak. They were good, but like they weren't nearly as good as RTD's first run.
Mm.
Like,
But what I
they
will
don't.
say is I have more faith in writers that have proven that they can write for the show than I do for someone who blatantly admits that they have like never actively had any interest in this show before. Which is what Hasbro seems to like hiring.
Well, if they've got Disney back, then that gives me hope because Disney has handled it well before.
Yeah, they've handled it well before, but they also are working with Hasbro, and Hasbro is likely to drag it down.
I don't think
They would just sell it back to. They would just sell it back to Disney. We'd be back in peak, and I would have hope for the show again. But that's not likely to actually happen because Hasbro is a company built on money grabs.
I think your whole thing about as much as you might have an issue with Hasbro corporately, Hasbro makes like a million different things, and they're all vastly of different quality and of different natures. Like, it's not just what you're describing. The same people are not making My Little Pony that are making Transformers that are making fucking Dungeons and Dragons. It's all different.
It's all shit, though.
I
Well,
don't
except for
think
D&D.
that's true.
D&D has this weird like it is going to shit, but it's not currently there. It started going to shit when fucking Elon tried to get a hold of it. D&D was kind of saved by the fact that it is a role-playing game and you can make it yourself. But every time that Hasbro has gotten their hands on anything that has even a modicum of toy marketability whatsoever, I see nothing but just crap coming out of it. Transformers have gotten slightly better, but even then, you still have shit like, the live action movies and toys that would fall apart. You have terrible plastic quality when it comes to anything related to Nerf at this point.
Okay, well, again, Hasbro is just the company who gives the people the money. It has nothing to do with fucking the quality of Nerf, whether Power Rangers is gonna be good or not.
Every time Hasbro has had any say in what goes on, it has gone downhill quickly. Is my point, Riley?
I don't know
You're
how creatively involved Hasbro is involved in this, though. It doesn't seem like very.
you can say that, and then it's going to come out months later, and it's going to turn out, oh, Hasbro was so heavy-handed with it that it just turned into shit. Like,
I think you're just a fucking curmudgeon who's overly generalizing the work of a multifaceted company with so many different aspects that you can't just lump them all
and
together
so
and make
many
a
of them are
coherent point.
bad, Riley.
But they're not all bad. So we have
Yes, they
no
are. Just
fucking.
about all of them are. The
It's
only
not.
one that actually has any decent leverage towards being mostly good is D&D.
I feel like Transformers been in a pretty good kick. I like the My Little Pony reboot. I like Gen 5 more than I liked Gen 4, honestly. Um, what else does Hasbro own? Let's see. I guess I could just look up list of Hasbro properties, huh? That would help. Hasbro franchises. Okay.
G.I. Joe, which we haven't gotten a movie for since, or gotten anything for since, what, when was the live action G.I. Joe movie, Riley?
I didn't even know there was a live action fucking
Yeah, there were two
G.I.
in the
Joe movie.
2010s that came out alongside the Transformers movie. We haven't gotten anything for that since then.
You're gonna tell me the people giving us Scrabble are gonna fuck up Power Rangers? Come on. Come
Yes.
on.
Yes. You have Transformers, G.I. Joe, My Little Pony, Nerf, Play-Doh. Play-Doh's just
Classic.
Play-Doh. What are
Classic
you gonna how are you
item.
gonna do Play-Doh wrong? Peppa Pig also hasn't gotten anything in over a decade.
What? They make
What the
new Peppa
fuck?
Pig. There's new
They
episodes.
do?
I
They
think.
do?
I'm
I've
fairly
never seen
sure.
I haven't
Uh,
seen Peppa Pig in almost a decade.
the ninth
I am
season began broadcasting in summer 2025. Yeah, they're still doing Peppa Pig.
ah. Yeah, no, I have not seen like anything for Peppa Pig since like 2015.
People like that Littlest
Uh
Just
Pet
because you
Shop
haven't seen
cartoon,
it
don't they?
doesn't mean that it doesn't exist.
90% of the time it does. Furby, when was the last time we got anything Furby?
I
I think
mean,
Furbies.
Furby's kind of creepy though.
Yeah, Furby's creepy as hell, so
They're
I
about to
think that's
they're
probably
about to
the
make Furby magic cards.
they're about to make Furby magic cards, really?
Yeah, the Magic the Gathering, which is another Hasbro franchise, has decided when are we getting Power Rangers magic cards? Because they're doing so many fucking crossover sets. Like they just did Spider-Man and Final Fantasy.
Oh wait, the
Now,
last time they did G.I. Joe was with an Overwatch crossover, and there was nothing to do really with it. It was just, oh, cool, you get our G.I. Joe skins. And
I
was
want a like Power Rangers TCG.
there is one in there?
there are
I
probably
don't think
Power
so.
Rangers trading cards, but I don't know if there's a game associated with them or if they're just aesthetic.
Like the Pokemon trading card game or like Yu-Gi-Oh or shit like that. Magic the Gathering.
There's the Power Rangers action cards. There's the Power Rangers deck building game, apparently.
Yeah, but it has to be like a good one, so it takes off.
I
And
mean, the
have
deck
every
building game actually looks kind of sick.
and have
As
I
every
far as
ranger from every team.
I think Power Rangers Magic Cards is a slam dunk, and Hasbro already owns Power Rangers. I don't know why they aren't doing that yesterday.
oh, there's two different sets of the deck building game.
Wow, two sets?
No, that I'm
Two
seeing.
whole sets.
That I'm seeing. There's I'm looking as I go, Riley. That's just what I'm seeing.
What the fuck is MASK?
MASK
Ask.
mask.
Well, yeah, but it's an acronym. It's got the dots. MASK acronym for Mobile Armored Strike Command with a K is a media franchise created by Kenner. Okay, I was just curious because it was one of the things on the list.
Okay. I've come across this like fan made deck of like magic cards of Rangers. That looks pretty sick. They called it Magic the Gathering Across the Morphin Grid.
Whoa.
What the fuck is GoBots?
Aren't they the bots from Go Busters?
No, those are Buddy Roids.
Funny right there.
Anyway, Nightster, you were making a point that we derailed for 10 minutes.
Yeah, so as long as they like make new seasons with new like original suits that look like they could fit in well with the um ones that they adapted from Sentai and learn from their mistakes of Cosmic Fury. And if the writers are good and know what they're doing, I feel like that more seasons across the line would be good in that way. I don't think they need the new Sentai seasons to adapt, but I do. I think that it would be cool to see some of them adapted, like Juoja and Lupat, Q Ranger. Definitely.
I agree
But
with you there. I honestly like
is it
uh,
required? No.
adaptations of Sentai on their own as a concept. I don't like not want. But it's just it seems like Power Rangers is trying to evolve beyond that, and I'm very willing to let it cook. Um,
As am
and
I, if they do
and
it right.
but
It's a
honestly,
heavy
like
emphasis on if they do it right, though.
there's no active contract between Hasbro and Toei. Other companies have done Toku adaptations before. We could have the fucking the we could have the Hero Rangers or the Mighty Rangers at some point by some other company.
Like,
I wonder when like the Power Rangers go into public domain.
Not anytime even remotely soon. But you would just need a new name for it, which I think would be fairly easy. There's plenty of names you could give it. And maybe another company will come up to bat.
Okay, yeah, well into the 22nd century. So not for another century yet.
Hopefully, we're all immortal in 100 years, and we can make our own Power Rangers.
Sentai also. No, Sentai only has it for 20 more years. So we can make our own Super Sentai pretty soon.
True, true.
But we'd have to like use Go Ranger specifically.
We're moving to Japan.
Huh?
Let's go.
No, we don't even have to move to Japan. We can just make it in America, call it Super Sentai, and have no problems in 20 years.
Also, yeah, I feel like you could probably mostly already do. Are copyright law even the same in Japan? I don't know if that is.
That's what I just Googled is like, when does Super Sentai enter the public domain?
And was the Google
And
AI telling you this? Because the Google AI might be going off of American standards when in reality there's different
Japanese
standards.
copyright law protects works for 70 years after the author's death. Ah, wait, is the guy who created Super Sentai not dead?
Oh, he's dead.
Who made
We
Super?
watched a whole special where they honor him. What are you fucking talking about? He's not dead.
Shotaro Ishimori.
We literally reviewed a special where it's about how
He
it's
died
about
in
him and he died.
1998.
Yeah.
Yeah, in '98.
And the original Kamen Rider shows up and he's like, "Oh my god, how are you still alive?" by Sensei. And it's a sweet moment. We reviewed this movie, Crow.
And it was his
What?
Yeah,
the
was
heart
it
failure.
Superhero Taisen or is that something else? We reviewed a film where a young version of that person appears, Shotaro, whatever it was, and is part of the
Are you
story.
talking about the Revice movie with Saber?
I don't fucking know. We reviewed it. That's all I know. I don't know the name of it. It was like a big crossover movie. And the
Shotaro.
creator of Super Sentai and Kamen Rider was a character in it, a young version of him. And then at the end, the fucking Takeshi Hongo shows up and is like, "Oh my god, Sensei, I didn't think I'd ever see you again."
I
Oh.
found what you're looking for. I found because it's a kid in what you're talking about. It's a child.
Yeah, a
Uh,
young as I said. Yeah.
yeah, a young version, and Brave is taking a while to let it load. There we go. Kamen Rider Saber, Saber and Zenkaija Superhero Senki.
Oh,
Superhero Senki. Oh, I reviewed that with
hey
Jack,
Riley.
didn't I? I
Yeah,
forgot that I did one with Jack.
yeah, you didn't do that one with me. You and I only did Geki Ranger versus Go Onger, Kubo the Two Strings, the Go Kaiger movie, Shinkenger versus Go Sager, Aba Ranger versus Hurricaneger. In terms of Sentai movies.
Okay, well that in terms of Sentai movies, you kind of listed one in
Oh
there
wait,
that
I
does not
forgot. I
belong.
listed Kubo. I listed Kubo. My bad.
All my
But
favorite Super Sentai
in total,
movies.
I was only on those plus House of Gucci and Juno. Oh wait, no, I was on Dragon Wheel. Never mind. I wasn't on Mini. I know that.
You've been on more than most of the current issue crew hosts have been. So
Yeah. Well, except for I think Mo.
yeah, Mo beats you, but I think that might be the only one.
4, 5, 6.
All right, enough. Irrelevant. Nightster, please. You already made your point.
Yeah, I made my points.
Yeah, so I'm mostly in agreement with Nightster, where I'm not a curmudgeon like Crow Royalty who's like, "Ah, Hasbro." I'm shaking my fucking cane at Hasbro. I'm willing to just sit back and let them do what they're gonna do, and then be the judge when it comes out. Unlike Pro Royalty, who has a deep-seated bias against all of Power Rangers now, because it's not what he wants it to be anymore. So whenever,
Nope, my bias is against Hasbro specifically. If they would just sell it to somebody fucking else, I wouldn't have the problem that I have with it.
well, they don't need to sell it to somebody else because they're making a reboot show, and it's gonna be fine, probably.
Most
Crow's
likely
just
not.
gonna hate it.
Hasbro.
Yeah, Crow's just gonna hate it automatically because they have bias against Hasbro, so they're gonna find every little fucking nitpick in the universe to be upset by.
You do
And
get that when Hasbro started with this shit, they ended up ruining one of the best seasons of Power Rangers, right? Just off of
what
them
are you
being
talking
stupid.
about?
Oh, I'm talking about them character assassinating Kay by making her look like a complete and utter dumbass.
What?
Beast morphers.
Yeah, how would Kay look like a dumbass in
Oh,
Beast
because
Morphers?
she gave yet another fucking child access to it, way too much fucking power. This child ended up accidentally releasing something that it wasn't aware of, and it was just
Kay
a
wasn't aware of it
repeat of
either.
Kay's story.
Kay didn't know Venjix was in that morpher. All Kay knew was in
Why
that
is she
morpher
giving it
was
to a child when it is a military
because the
grade weapon?
child works at Grid Battle Force, a military.
Why is she okay with a child working for a military government or a military period, knowing what Alphabet Soup did to her.
Because he obviously hasn't been alphabet souped. Like, you can tell when somebody's being secretly psychologically tortured. There was nothing about Nate that would give her that impression. He was just a scientist who worked at Grid Battle Force, something that she knows about because she's in tune with the Power Rangers and the Morphin Grid and shit. So she's like, yeah, here you go.
Instead, why don't you ask why was Grid Battle Force um like taking on kids as
Yeah,
their
that's a
thing?
bigger issue that I was
Don't
going to
put it
say.
on Kay. She didn't choose to put it on there.
But she
Like
could have just she could have legitimately just said fucking no, which is what Kay would have done because Kay is fucking paranoid as shit.
She's parent, but she knows that Power Rangers are the good guys, and it is
Yeah,
implied that she is part of like the general collective
Grid
of
Battle
Power
Force didn't
Rangers that
have Power
exists
Rangers.
behind the scenes.
That's the thing, though. At the time, Grid Battle Force did not have Power Rangers. Why would she give up, first off, military grade weaponry to a child?
She was giving it to Grid Battle Force, of which he is an employee, not him individually.
Kay would not have done that just out of principle, and I know she wouldn't have. That's just Kay is stingy, to say the least. She's not just gonna give up her shit, let alone if there is even a remote chance of it still containing the biggest threat to her world, the one that did in fact destroy
As far
her
as she
world,
knows, Venjix is dead. She has
which
no
is
she has no
reason to
idea.
believe that Venjix is in that morpher.
except for
Well,
the
she
fact that she does because she knows that he can upload his bot or his mind or whatever into whatever he wants basically because he is an AI system.
but she
She
didn't know that
designed
he
him
was
to be able to do that so that she could escape. She
but
knows
Crow,
what he is capable of.
Crow. She knew that he could do that, but she didn't know that he put himself into that specific morpher.
Yeah,
He could have put him,
she had no reason to believe that he did that. She had no reason to believe that he wouldn't have done anything about it with that morpher sitting in storage for assumedly like 10 years. Like you'd think
Yeah,
and
except
Vengeance
for the
he
fact that, the fact that he could do that would imply or would give her reasonable suspicion to, I don't know, check it.
and even if she she figured
The
out that
fact that Kay didn't
he could,
check them is also an issue.
let me be clear. If
Let me
even
be
if she
clear.
even
Sorry.
if she figured out that he was still alive and could put himself anywhere he wanted, there are so many places that he could check. You don't think for 1 second that maybe one tiny morpher, one tiny piece of tech just slipped her
I
checkings.
don't
If
believe that, the main thing that she created to combat him would slip her mind, no.
pro royalty.
I,
First of
I
all,
don't
yeah,
believe that
this is
for a second.
stupid. They saw Vengeance die. They had no reason to believe he was still around. He didn't, and they definitely had no
Except
reason
for
to
the
believe.
fact they had
They
seen him
definitely
die
had
at
no
least
reason to
three
believe he was
times.
still around 10 years later after the morpher sat in storage for that long.
Hey Riley. Hey Riley.
Hey Crow,
They watched Venjix die 3 different times, and he came back every time.
your argument is stupid.
You're just not acknowledging the fact that this entire show was written off of bastardizing a season that was great. You're
they
just stubborn about that because you, for some reason, are all in it for Hasbro, and I don't understand this.
I'm not, quote, all in it for Hasbro. I was also a little bit disappointed about the RPM story, but not in this visceral, insane way where it's completely stupid like you're saying. I just think it
Yeah,
was a
it
little
is though.
disappointing, and I would have liked to see more RPM influence than was there. But
It very much was, because they didn't even. This is what happens when you write an RPM sequel and you don't actually watch RPM,
and
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 that's what's fucking pissing me off about it.
and yeah, I'm a Hasbro. I think the Hasbro era has been pretty okay so far. Like Beast Morphers, pretty okay. Had some potential it didn't act on. Dino Fury started looking a little rough, started looking a little Neo Sabani, but then they turned it around and it became an exciting return to form, especially in Cosmic Fury.
I very much disagree.
But anyway, regardless, what was I gonna say? What was okay? To make a point about Dr. K and why she would give the Morpher up in the first place. This isn't something a lot of people think about because we never actually see it physically. We only hear of it. But they make it very obvious that within the Power Rangers universe, as of at least 2017, there is a behind the scenes collective of Power Rangers and Power Rangers allies that know each other and work with each other. We see this in Dimensions in Danger when Rangers who have never met Tommy in their fucking lives are like, "Hey, Tommy," there's obviously a group of former Power Rangers and Power Rangers allies working together behind the scenes from different universes and shit. So it is very plausible that Dr. K is part of this collective, and Grid Battle Force is a collective approved project, and thus Dr. K would be willing to provide the more for research.
I still very much disagree with the fact that Dr. K would not be skeptical of this, because again, she watched Venjix upload his body or upload his mind into 3 different bodies in RPM alone.
There
On
always
top
had to
of the
be an
fact,
active process. Like it had to be set up prior. And to her knowledge, there's no way that could have happened to one of the morphers because he never had access to any of the morphers. Any other time he's swapped into a body, he had to have direct access to that body. He had to have it
or
pre
he
set
just
up,
went back to the giant tube.
which he also had prior
Al-
access to.
Also,
Yeah, he had prior access to the tube, but then he just made a new body.
keep in mind, how long had it been between RPM and Beast Morphers?
Yeah, nothing
She'd probably
happened.
think
Yeah.
she'd probably think that by now, with how long it's been with no activity from Venjix, she probably thinks, okay, that's it, we're done.
Yeah, because she had him trapped in in the most effective prison for an AI code imaginable, a closed system. And then
Okay.
she gave said closed system to a child.
She didn't trap him in the closed system on purpose.
Oh, she didn't do it on purpose, but she did do it. She didn't do it on purpose, but she did do it.
So
You would think.
she had no reason to suspect the morphers. All she could do is wait to see if Vengeance appeared again, and in fucking 10 years he didn't, so she figured it was done.
No, that is not how Kay would think of that. And you know she wouldn't think of it like that.
I don't
If
know.
you've
I'm not
actually watched her,
lying when I'm saying this. I'm
you
not
know that's
you.
just
I'm not
bullshitting
lying.
trying to fuck Riley, you know that's just bullshitting trying to make Hasbro seem smarter than they actually are when they're not. They did it because they wanted to try and do something and then failed miserably at it.
It was fine.
It was not.
It's not me trying to say Hasbro's smart, because if they were smart, this would have been in the text. This is the same as fucking every other Power Rangers series where you have to do some of the work for them. Power Rangers has never been a perfect show. You always have to do a little bit of the work for them. This is me doing the work for them, as is done even in good Power Rangers shows.
And there would even be problems, like, you would find problems even if none were there. Like, say, for example, it wasn't Kay that did this, it might have been Ziggy, who is more likely to,
If
to give
Ziggy
up.
had done it, I would have believed it.
No,
Because
you
Ziggy's
wouldn't have. And I'll tell you
stupid.
why. Because you would have had more time to think on it, and then you would have realized that, oh, Kay wouldn't let him do this, so this wouldn't have gone down that way. It would have gone back to Kay.
You're not wrong with that. But at the same time, Ziggy would have already handed it off by the time that Kay realized that they were missing.
The thing about you, Crow, is you hate things to the point where if there's no reason to crap on them for what they're doing, you will go out of your way to actively look for a reason to crap on them, and then you will stand by that and die on that hill.
I genuinely believe you have such intense bias for Hasbro. If I took Pro Royalty and I erased Power Rangers RPM from his mind, and then I was like, look at this new Hasbro Power Rangers show, Power Rangers RPM, he'd be like, this is trash. This sucks.
Probably.
You wouldn't be able to convince me that RPM was written by Hasbro.
Shut the fuck up.
You'd still.
There's no
you
dude.
still
The
call it
Disney
Hasbro.
logo in the fucking like end credits.
I would do all the necessary video editing to make it look like it was a 2025 Hasbro show. It would
And the point,
all the credits would say Hasbro, all the years would say 2025.
And then my
point
first
isn't-
question would be, why is Hasbro adapting a season of Super Sentai from 2008?
and Crow,
No,
the point isn't
2007.
that
That's not the point. You're being
and
semantic.
the point isn't that you would believe that it was a Hasbro thing. The point is you would see RPM now and think it's a terrible season because it's new.
No, because it's RPM. RPM is actually a good season.
You'd be like, oh, that flower shot's gay. It's not interesting at all. Who's this fucking Dylan guy? Ziggy, what an idiot. Not even likable.
Because you're one of those people who just hates anything that's new.
No, I'm not. I hate
I know,
Mighty
Art.
Morphin pandering and bad writing that y'all seem to, for some reason, like, but that's about it.
Like
Can you
so many
give me 3 isolated and specific examples of bad writing in Dino Fury post the first 10 episodes or Cosmic Fury? 3 examples.
I can give you plenty in Beast Morphers.
Okay, well you
That's
can't
not
in
what
Dino
I'm like.
Fury or Cosmic Fury, which is my main
I'm
point. Beast
thinking.
Morphers has its problems.
Give me a fucking minute, Riley.
Dino Fury and Cosmic Fury are great.
You always shit on Dino and Cosmic Fury. You shouldn't need to think this hard.
Yeah, because most of my complaints with Dino Fury and Cosmic Fury tend to go towards the characters themselves, not necessarily the writing.
Okay, what's wrong with the characters?
Zeto's
But
boring
tell us
as
how
fuck.
they all
Ion
are.
is just there to be a Deus Ex Machina half the fucking time. Why the fuck did they bring back Zed, of all people? And what the fuck is Fern even doing there?
I told you what Fern was doing there, and you just like
You
I
can
literally
say that
gave
all day until you can actually give a convincing argument for it. That it's not going to change my mind. Just like Riley's entire fucking thing says, change my mind on it. I doubt you can.
Yeah,
Now we're getting into
would
sub change my minds. Yeah.
Every single time I've tried to change your mind about this and
You
tell you
haven't
why
done
Fern was good.
haven't done nearly a good enough job or given.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Every time I try to, you interrupt me and you make sure that I can't finish my sentence because you know that what I'm going to say is actually going to be a good point.
Okay,
So
make your point. Make your point.
Let me finish. My point is the fact that Fern is the one person that Izzy would go to balance her like home life with her ranger life. She leaned on her and she was the one person that once Fern found out about her identity that she could confide in. Apart from her brother, it was Fern. And she didn't have to be all, oh well, I've got to worry about you in this situation because you're also a ranger. Because at first, Fern was not, unlike Harvey. However, when Fern became a ranger, Izzy had to go through the struggle of the worry about her girlfriend now being a ranger,
Can I ask
which
a
they
question
handled
real quick?
pretty well. Go on.
What does any of this actually have to do with Fern that doesn't just directly tie back into Izzy? Because my complaint was Fern is a nothing character.
My point is that Fern is a rock for Izzy, and that is what I am explaining to you right now.
That
Are you
doesn't
not
make her
listening
a
to
good
me?
character. That just makes her a character who Izzy has a connection to.
Yeah,
That's
just because she's a
more.
good plot device for Izzy doesn't mean she's a good character. I don't think she's a bad character, to be clear, Nightster, but I do think Crow Royalty's making a valid point that just because she influences Izzy's character in a positive way doesn't necessarily make her a good character.
You haven't explained why Fern herself isn't just a plank of wood meant to make Izzy a better character. You were
I
just
think
explaining
I think
why.
she has a fun personality. I think there's good character drama between the both of them that they both contribute to. I think that Fern is a solid character, just like a lot of power. She doesn't get much, but there are a lot of Power Rangers who don't get much. Madison barely got anything, and she's one of the best Power Rangers there's ever been. It's just a matter
As
of what who gets given what, and unfortunately, Fern got the short end of the stick. But what we do get of Fern is pretty good.
What we do get of Fern was practically nothing.
Fern was like personality wise, she reminded me a lot of Chip because she was like really excited about the prospects of anything Ranger business. Like, think about when she first morphed, she was super excited. Think about when she got her weapon, she was like, no way, Chucks? A claw? It's Solon? Awesome. She was hyped as anything, and that was big Chip energy.
I never even thought about that. She is a chip. You're right.
And I love that for her. She's amazing.
I need Leo in here for this
If he
because
wants to
this
get
is.
in here,
Well,
he's welcome. But you don't
I
even
don't
have
think Leo
contact
still has
with him
Discord.
anymore.
That's the issue. I don't think
So
Leo has Discord anymore, so I don't think he can.
See, now you need backup because
Oh yeah, because there's two people ganging up saying something is better. Meanwhile, me and Leo have the exact same opinion on this of Fern is a plank of wood, and y'all have said things but not given like actual proof other than the chip thing, which she got excited once.
what do you mean? She got
once
excited multiple times.
I
I
don't remember
named
her
multiple
actually.
times. I
Okay,
named multiple times earlier. Her first
they were all
morph,
in the
her
same
first
episode,
weapon.
mind you.
They were in a
Because like
couple episodes, and again, she only got a few.
she was only a ranger for a few episodes anyway. And that's when
Where
her
is her
exciting
character
brain kicked
before her?
in.
Where is her actual character by herself? By herself before like, oh, she convinced them to make her a ranger, or the actress convinced them to make Fern a ranger. Where's the character for all of Dino Fury up to that point in Cosmic Fury?
She's just
How
like
about the
she's
whole
just like a fun like side character. Like she wasn't much because
She
she
does
wasn't a
nothing.
main character. She wasn't a main character at that point. She was just a she was just as much of a main character as like Mr. Garcia is. She was just somebody who Izzy had an emotional connection to that motivated her as a character who wasn't necessarily that important. She was fine. She was never a downer presence. She always had good demeanor. She never was like annoying in any way. She was just a fun side character, and then they decided to expand her in Cosmic Fury, and I think they did so in a great way.
here's a comparison then. Without talking about her connection to Dominic or her connection to RJ Crow, where was Fran's character in
Fran's
Jungle Fury?
character was Fran's character was running the pizza place the entire time and just struggling the entire time because she
Fern
kept getting left.
Fern was doing sports. She was up
Fern
to
was the run.
sports.
Fern was the run, or not Fern. Fran was the one running the entire business where the Power Rangers were supposed to work and then barely did. A lot of her characterization happens off screen, and it shows with how she actively act.
It's
Fern
not
is the
characterization
same
then
character.
if we
It
don't
is
see
the same
it.
point every single episode. She does not expand for over a series. It takes her an entire series and a half to get to actually being a character.
And maybe that's because at first she was a side character who only had like a few episodes here and there, whereas
And
Fran
there's
was like,
Fran who had more character development in 10 episodes.
because Fran was a fucking major character
Your
who wasn't a
entire
ranger.
point was that where's Fran's character? But then whenever I tell you exactly what Fran's character is, you're saying, "Oh, she's not like Fern."
And do you see what we're dealing with you? Because when we tell you what Fern's character is, do you get it?
No, I'm saying Fern had no character development for an entire series and a half.
And we
There
told
was
you what that
nothing to
development
her.
was.
Like you want to
Her
say that she
college.
was a good
Her
character in
fucking
Dino
college.
Fury. She was
Her,
nothing. She was a plank of wood for the entirety of Dino Fury. And then
I
halfway through Cosmic Fury, they made her a ranger and they tried to speedrun her character. That isn't a good character.
they only sped run
What
her
you're
character
missing is what I'm
development into
saying.
a. Stop interrupting me, dude. The only reason they sped run her ranger development in Cosmic Fury was because of behind the scenes stuff. But for her actual character development in Dino Fury, college. All right, she had a massive college thing going on.
That did almost nothing for the actual characterization of her herself. It was
Okay, how about
only
this?
for Izzy.
How about this though? While yes, it does relate to Izzy, it's a massive like scene for herself because for a time she breaks up with Izzy because she always sees Izzy running off because of like doing stuff that she doesn't know yet, which is ranger stuff. So she breaks off the a relationship to focus on herself and her college. That is character growth. At first, she was being pushed around, like not going around, like well, like not fighting against her partner, going around doing who knows what. But she she grew and went past that and was like, no, I'm not taking this, and she broke it off, and then she learned what was really happening, and then got back together. You can't tell me that's not
If you're
character growth.
talking about the start of Cosmic Fury, again, this had nothing to
No,
do
we're
with Dino
not.
Fury.
What? That didn't happen in Cosmic Fury. That happened in Dino Fury.
It
Didn't it?
did?
It
I
happened.
should have sworn it happened with Cosmic Fury, like right toward.
She,
No, wait, never
she
mind.
found
Never mind.
out.
It was right at the
She,
very end of Dino Fury. Never mind.
she found
My
out in
bad.
Dino Fury, and then the Ranger stuff happened like early to mid Cosmic Fury. And you can't tell me that none of that was character growth, okay? You can't, because it was.
Probability
Barely.
watched all of Cosmic Fury in fucking one sitting, to shit on it on purpose, and that's the only time he's
Fucking,
ever watched it. So, and that's why I
yeah, we're not.
I'd venture to assume that's probably also the case for at least season 2 of Dino Fury.
No, I
Yeah,
watched Dino Fury 3 different times. Once by myself when it first aired. Then my little brother was watching it, and I would watch it with him because he wanted to watch it. And mind you, he was like 6 at the time, and despite me not liking it, he liked it, so I would sit through it. And then, like a year later, my other brother wanted to watch it because he hadn't sat down and watched it with me and his slightly older brother. So I sat down and watched it again with him. And it just, no.
yeah, that sounds like an overexposure issue to me.
Yeah,
And you're
overexposure, and
fine.
also like I remember talking to you about Dino Fury in those days, and maybe
I
you've
still hated it.
maybe you finally crafted points to now But before, whenever I would ask you about Dino Fury and what was wrong with it would always just be like, this was this in the Sentai, and now it's this, and that's worse, and thus Dino Fury is bad, even though one should have absolutely nothing to do with the other.
Except that's never actually how it goes.
Like, oh, Abba Ranger did this better than Dino Thunder, therefore Dino Thunder is completely shit. No,
Dino Thunder
that's
did
not.
some things better than Abba Ranger, but Abba Ranger is significantly better than Dino Thunder.
That's not my point. My point was just you can't say that something is bad because the original did it better. Which is what Riley is saying. Your first points was about how bad Dino Fury was in the past.
Yeah, it was always just like, oh, this guy was this guy in the Sentai, and he did this, and I loved that guy, and now he's this guy, and he's different, and that means Dino Fury's bad.
Even though the whole point of Power Rangers, apart from one season, is to do it differently. They always do it differently. This isn't new.
But what season are you referring to? Because there's a couple that just aren't like
there's a
anything but
there's a
direct updates.
couple. There's Samurai.
Samurai was the one I was thinking of. 'Cause it's
Samurai's the
literally
most egregious. There are a couple more that are like
Time Force.
not, but yeah, there are a couple more that are like kind of based on the Sentai's blueprint. Not as deeply as Samurai though. Time Force and there's another one that's on the tip of my tongue. Wild Force. Yeah,
like Samurai is literally just a bad dub of Shinkenger.
Yeah, Samurai is a bad dub, but still got better ratings in Japan than Shinkenger, which is wild to me.
well, because it was well marketed. Power to Samurai was a well marketed show, but it was bad.
And it's still like one of Power Rangers' like hardest hitting seasons when it comes to public knowledge, because that's what just about every Gen Z person grew up watching.
Yes, it is second place, but that power gap is wide.
Not really.
Yes, it is. You are retarded.
Not as wide as you think it is, Riley. You saying it's wide
wildly
doesn't make it
wide.
wide.
It's yeah, the proof is in the fucking numbers, bro. Mighty
I have seen
Morphin
more
mogs
people.
Samurai in terms of the money it made, even at the time, and it still continues to generate revenue to this day because it's so generationally iconic that it continues to be consumed by kids in this era, which doesn't really happen as much for Samurai. If you look at the views for Samurai on YouTube compared for the views of Mighty Morphin on YouTube, because all of Power Rangers is free on YouTube now, Mighty Morphin mogs it. Mighty Morphin has fucking exponentially more views than any other series on the original Power Rangers page because it's generationally iconic in a way that no other Power Rangers series has achieved since. Samurai knocked on the door, but Mighty Morphin didn't answer the door. So Mighty Morphin was too busy doing like a Scrooge McDuck dive into all of its infinite wealth to open the door.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is Day of the Dumpster specifically has 4.9. Okay?
Thousand
4.9 million.
Okay, million.
4.9 million. Okay? That is where the bulk of their like views come from. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Even looking at like High Five, which is episode 2, it's not that many more than Samurai episodes 1 and 2.
Okay, not that much more. How much is not that much?
About 300,000.
Difference between the two? That's not that
Yeah,
much?
that's not in terms of like views on the internet.
That's
No, it's
fucking
not.
crazy. That's that's a whole fucking world of difference. Are you fucking crazy?
Riley,
Bro.
you're looking at it.
The
You're looking
king
at it
of
like, oh,
Cope.
one
The
view.
Cope King, Crow royalty.
Okay,
He's on
okay,
that.
hold on.
They're on
Hold on.
that copium.
All right, you want to look at? All right,
Hold on,
and
I'm pulling up the season 1 playlist and the Samurai playlist. Let me view full playlist for Samurai. Duplicate the
the whole
tab.
playlist together between the two, it's 9 to I think it's 14.
Million?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm trying to find the Mighty Morphin playlist. It's the farthest one down because it's been around the longest. There it is. Okay. Let's compare direct. Okay. Okay, 2.9 million views on Samurai episode
it's about
1.
9 to 14.
4.9 on episode, so 2 million difference between the pilots. Like you said, 300,000 difference between episode 2. Episode 3 of Samurai, 1.2 million, 1.5. Okay, so another 300,000 difference. Looks like episode 4 is about tied. Uh, episode
But
5 is
you
Samurai's
see
first win.
the
Samurai
pattern.
won one.
But you see the pattern. You're also taking an entire middle generation between the Gen Z that watched Samurai as it was airing, and the millennials and shit that watched Mighty Morphin as it was airing. You have those two. Samurai and Mighty Morphin are the two highest in terms of popularity, and it shows. Why there has been nothing to do with Samurai is nearly astounding to me. There hasn't
Maybe
been
because it was
anything for Samurai
bad.
since Samurai
I
aired.
mean, they put Lauren in the comic pretty prominently. Like they do some samurai stuff.
But nothing like toy related. Nothing that no new marketing outside of specifically Lauren in the comics.
Why would they?
Yeah, it's a bad show. No matter how much fucking money it made because of the Nickelodeon marketing campaign, the point stands that it was a bad show that people
And it's
don't like.
and it's also not relevant anymore.
Yeah.
Because like
Whereas
a
Mighty
Mighty Morphin will
Morphin
always
has
have that
maintained
sense of
relevance this
relevancy
whole time.
because it was the original show. It's always going to be relevant. But Samurai hasn't been relevant since it aired.
Is Go Ranger relevant?
Kinda.
Yeah, kind of. It is the face of Sentai.
It's one of like 4 faces of Sentai. There's any number they could use for that. And honestly, at this point, if you really wanted to, Zen Kaiser has kind of become the face of
Also, go right.
Sentai.
That's irrelevant. We're talking about American culture and what happened. I'm not talking about who deserves to be what. I'm talking about the fact that it is obvious by fucking the viewing cultural takes on Power Rangers that Mighty Morphin has maintained a level of relevance and recognizability that no other series has ever hoped to achieve. Samurai is the closest they've gotten since, but it's
Oh,
not even
Jesus.
close.
Hey, wait, hold up. Am I looking at this number wrong?
A couple of the episodes do have more views, but then you have to consider that Mighty Morphin
No,
has been
Jungle
uploaded
Fury
in
has 16 million total views.
episode 3 of Samurai?
No, Jungle Fury has 16 million views for the entire playlist.
Yeah, the views, it's not a perfect metric, but it's just one
So
that
if
we
you
can
really want to
compare.
go off of the views, Riley,
But
who should be
the
getting
thing
all
is,
of the clout?
Mighty Morphin season 1 has been uploaded in 3 different forms. So we can go ahead and add those together, and then the number is fucking astronomically higher because you have
Yeah, you're trying to
the new
spruce it over
reignition
the actual
playlist
playlist.
and then the fucking reversioned playlist.
Yeah, trying to go off of the fucking playlist that we were both looking at.
Yeah,
Okay, by that logic, then,
Mighty Morphin season
why
1
isn't
still wins
Dynaflex?
by 5 million even without the other playlist. And then you have to factor in those 2 playlists, and you also have to factor in Netflix, where it constantly charts as one of the top kids shows.
Where no other season other than what is it? Beast Morphers is on there, and Dino
Uh,
Fury and Cosmic Fury.
Dino Fury, Cosmic Fury, and Ninja Steel. I think Beast Morphers is off of it now, but Ninja Steel's still there for some reason.
But like looking at the official playlist for Mighty Morphin, it gets by the same logic you were using, it gets mogged by Jungle Fury in terms of views.
Total views?
Yeah.
Okay, but why not just apply that to Dino Thunder as well?
Oh yeah. Wait, if Dino Thunder is better, I want to know. Hold on.
Because Dino Thunder has like 15 million total views.
Oh yeah, Mighty Morphin's not even the most viewed Power Rangers on YouTube. Riley, your argument just falls flat.
Yes, okay. It's not the most viewed on YouTube, but it's up there, and it's also in other places where it's still getting watch time too. I'm
Hold
sure
on,
if you
let's check.
if you fucking looked into Hasbro's internal analytics and it had all the fucking views for Power Rangers across YouTube and Netflix
Dharma
and
only has about
fucking
2 million.
Tubi and everywhere else where Power Rangers is, Mighty Morphin obviously mogs.
Let's see. Lightspeed has. I will be back to continue this.
Bro, where you going? I'm ending soon, motherfucker. I'm not waiting for your ass. He's gonna come back and the stream's gonna be over, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't get to make my point. Why don't you fucking listen to me before you leave, idiot?"
Well, that's on them. You tried to warn them. But yeah, the point for this stream is that they don't need the Sentai like new suits, but it would
Yeah,
be
like
cool to see
the
them adapted.
the formula of adapting the Sentai, the original formula that was the foundation of Power Rangers up until the end of this current era. Uh it It doesn't need that anymore. It's fully capable of spreading out its wings and flying. It's always going to have Sentai involved. All these points about the Jew Ranger suits are completely irrelevant. Yes, they're going to continue to use the Sentai material that they've already used. They're going to continue to use that material as it is culturally linked to Power Rangers in America just as much as it's linked to Super Sentai in Japan. But from this point forward, it's setting its own identity. And I think that's totally fine. And I think that all these people on Twitter being like, oh, Power Rangers is nothing without Super Sentai. Give me a Power Rangers with nothing. They're all fucking Sentai purists. The Sentai purists piss me off, okay? I love Super Sentai. I like Super Sentai. I'm super into Gojuger. Hurricaneger might be one of the best pieces of media I've ever consumed in my fucking life. I am a fan of Super Sentai. I am also a fan of Power Rangers. My fandom for those two things exists on separate planes. Super Sentai can be good, Power Rangers can be good. The two are not necessarily intrinsically linked. I
Yeah,
don't
like
judge Power Rangers based off of direct comparison to the Sentai. I judge Sentai and
they
Power
can exist
Rangers as two
in
different
harmony.
pieces of media.
They can exist in harmony, and like for example, comparing direct adaptations, Time Force was an amazing adaptation of Time Ranger. Super Mega Force was a shit adaptation of Gokaiger.
When did you text me?
It can be anything.
What'd you say, Crow?
I said, what did you text me?
I said you better hurry up because I'm ending soon and I'm not waiting for you, which I tried to say before you hung up on us.
Okay, so all right. So as far as I'm seeing, like the top 3 most watched seasons on YouTube, as per your evidence for this, are Jungle Fury, MMPR, and then Samurai, right behind behind Mighty Morphin. You would think that with the popularity that these two, like the two right in front of and behind Mighty Morphin, you would think that they would get something, but they don't.
Because YouTube's not their only metric. It's one of several metrics you have to consider. Because there's also there's Netflix, which not all the shows are on. There's also Tubi,
Which
which
is
all the
which
shows
is a
are on.
has anybody Jesus Christ, Dino Fury does not have a lot of views.
Dino Fury, the full season isn't even on YouTube, is it? Because it's on Netflix.
Uh, 22 videos. The first season of it is.
Real?
Like, yeah. Oh, jeez. That's.
I see
Oh,
Dino
wait, that's not
Fury
even the
best
official Power Rangers one. It's not even
moments.
the official Power Rangers one.
Oh, you're looking at the unauthorized channel. I know about that channel. I watched a lot of
Yeah,
Beast
I
Morphers
was
on
trying
that
to see if
channel.
there was an official YouTube channel one.
I watched most of Beast Morphers on that unofficial channel you're looking at. John
Yeah.
Brandon Structuring Ltd says the grid is fallen. I don't think so. I think the grid has just begun. John Brandon Structuring, but if you feel as if it has fallen due to its split off with Super Sentai, feel free to call in. That is the point of the stream.
Okay, so
Even
Jesus
though it's
Christ,
ending
Dino
soon.
Supercharge also has very little views. Cash.
Even though the stream is very close to ending.
Okay, Super Megaforce has about 5 million. Oh wait, I
Yeah, well, that's
forgot
like
about Samurai and Super Samurai. So if we're gonna combine those, it's 9 million plus about 6 million. So that's
15
15
million.
million, Riley.
Yeah, and if you combine, okay, if Super Samurai counts, then so do Mighty Morphin season 2 and 3. So you're fucked.
I was looking at the one that I thought had all of Mighty Morphin season 1 and 2 and 3.
No, I was just
Okay.
looking at the season 1 playlist, which is also what you're looking at because we quoted the same number. That's not even factoring season 2 and season 3, or reversioned, or reignited. So, Mighty
All right,
Morphin
well,
Mogs.
Okay, let me get the real number for Mighty Morphin going by this logic. We
yeah, hold
have
on.
14 mil. Well, 15 mil because it's like 14 mil.
Season
and
2
9 mil.
has about 6 mil.
Yep, so that's now like 21 mil.
So it's already blown Sentai Samurai out, and there's a whole other season. Two, because actually I
Uh,
think the Alien Rangers playlist is separate.
Alien doesn't count. Alien is its own thing.
Nope, Alien is it's counted as Mighty Morphin season 3B.
Okay, okay. Jesus, Alien has so little views. Alien
has it
has
even
about as many as Dino Fury does. I'm for real too. Like Alien, no, Alien has less than that unofficial Dino Fury release. Jesus.
Yeah,
wait?
Alien Rangers is not a good
I found
season, but it's still just a little bit more to pump into the number to make it fucking destroy Super Samurai just a little bit more.
That's. Oh wait, I forgot about the Samurai movie. Hold on.
bro's trying to add more samurai stuff
Yeah,
to
I'm sure
bump the
I'm sure
numbers.
just the movie has like fucking 8 million views.
Oh no, it almost does. It has 6.5. It does just about have what I needed. It has 6.5.
What you needed, as if you're treating this as a competition between Mighty Morphin versus Samurai.
It is.
But
It
again,
very
it's
much
because
is. That's
him
what we're
or they
doing right now.
not hold as much of a like neck or a neck grab on society as Riley says it does.
I think
Riley
I,
thinks that
I think
there's so much.
most of its views come from Netflix, which we can't see those statistics because Netflix doesn't provide them. Most of modern Mighty Morphin Power Rangers watching is happening on Netflix.
I don't even think any of what we're saying right now has anything to do with the point of this stream.
Well, it's Tokusatsu variety. We don't have to stay on the same topic the whole time. That's the point. It's a variety show. We've stayed pretty on topic most of the time we happen to, but that's not always going to be the case.
So what I say we do at this point, just as a thing, I'm sure Power Rangers has put out a poll for this somewhere.
You know, because and now you're figuring out that Mighty Morphin has more total views,
No,
so you're trying to find more ways.
a poll wouldn't be a poll would have too much recency bias.
Fair, you're not wrong.
Like, I guarantee you, any
Crows,
poll you find, whatever the current season was at the time of that poll, is going to be like second or third, if not first. That it's going to be skewed because of that.
Crow's just trying to find any possible like online thing that says
I've already proven
someone
my
is
point
more
that
popular.
Samurai has its legs up for competition with Mighty Morphin.
Yes, I don't think it's as close as you're fucking making it out to be. I have
It's
acknowledged.
not as far as you're making it out to be either, Riley.
I have acknowledged that it is second place. It is the closest they've ever come, but it wasn't even close because nothing was ever
It
even
is
close.
still closer than you are saying it is.
I'm acknowledging that it's close enough that it's second place. It's the closest they've ever gotten. It's probably more popular. It probably mogs third place by a decent amount. It did pretty well, but nowhere near as well as Mighty Morphin.
Like having it be more popular than seasons like Dino Thunder, for example, just take that as a win. Because like Dino Thunder, Time Force, seasons like those, they should have been
Yeah, those are the
like more
seasons with
popular.
like cult followings that are more well reviewed. But Samurai was just better marketed. So
Samurai
Power
has
Rangers
more public staying power too, which is very weird to me.
than Mighty Morphin.
Not to Mighty Morphin specifically, but then most other seasons, which is the weird thing.
Yeah, because it was like the big return of Power Rangers. Everybody thought Power Rangers was gone, and then Nickelodeon's like, guess what? We got Power Rangers now. They're cool samurais. Check them out. And they ran ads fucking everywhere they possibly could and built hype, and they were able to cause a phenomenon that made it more popular than any season previous or after, except with the exception of Mighty Morphin.
Like, you would think that with the fact that with the fact that Samurai has such staying power because of how it was marketed, that you would try to do something with that marketing, though, which they haven't. Like, there has been nothing whatsoever.
Because it
That is
doesn't have that much pull anymore. That's the other thing about
it does though. It really does.
That's
They
the
just
other
aren't
thing
on
about
it because
Samurai
they
that
don't want to test to see if it does still have as much staying power, because they're afraid. Oh, we're gonna run Mighty Morphin into the fucking grave, and
they're
then we're gonna
basing
move
it
on.
they're basing it on what exists within the public zeitgeist. And what exists within the public zeitgeist, which I have my fucking finger on the pulse on, because I'm in Power Rangers communities and fucking Facebook and Twitter and shit, Samurai does get brought up on occasion because of because of its initial popularity and it being part of people's childhoods. But again, not nearly as much as Mighty Morphin.
Riley, with the amount of weebs on the internet, I guarantee you, if they started marketing Samurai again, more people would come out of the fucking woodwork.
Yeah, the weebs would come out of woodwork and protest it because it's whitewashing, is what they would do.
Yeah, they would, but it's still more talk about the fucking TV show. Again, you're the person who goes, anything whatsoever is better than nothing, and I'm just standing here like, anything but Mighty Morphin at this point, please. Anything.
I mean, again, I'm of two minds. I'm of two minds about that. Okay, I'm of two minds about that. A, I like other Power Ranger shows, so I wish they would get love. B, I like Mighty Morphin a lot, and I understand that it's the moneymaker. So it doesn't necessarily upset me that they're focusing on it. It's just what they do with it. I think your inherent bias against Mighty Morphin things because it's quote oversaturated is unfair.
It is
Different
though. That's the thing.
different projects of different natures are different. Just because they all use Mighty Morphin, they use Mighty Morphin because it's the safe bet. I wish they would use other things. I don't think that necessarily kills it immediately. Again, the comics.
It being
great.
the safe bet isn't what kills it. It's the fact that nobody ever does anything different. All right? It's the safe bet and it's oversaturated.
Okay, well give them a shot. Then maybe they will do it different this time. If this reboot is Mighty Morphin, give them a chance. Don't go into it being all curmudgeonly and thinking that's gonna be bad. Go into it being
That's
like,
the thing, though.
I wonder
That's
what
the
kind
thing,
of
though.
what they're
You're
gonna
assuming
do.
I'm saying that it's going to be bad because it's Mighty Morphin. I'm not saying it's going to
You're
be
saying it's
bad
gonna be
because it's
bad because
Mighty
of
Morphin.
Hasbro, but
I'm saying it's going to be
Hasbro
bad
is
because
just
I'm saying
funding
it's
it. I don't think they're even
Riley.
really
Riley,
that
there have
creatively
been good
involved.
things to
I
come
think
from Mighty Morphin. There have been good things to come from Mighty Morphin and the Power Rangers thing that aren't even associated with any of the companies whatsoever. Remember the fan series that the actor for Andros was in
yeah.
on YouTube? Yeah, that started as a Mighty Morphin thing. That started as them expanding Mighty Morphin with a good, actually, like, honestly, great cast of people who wanted to be Power Rangers. And it was still connected to Mighty Morphin. But I also know
Are
what
we thinking
Hasbro
of the
likes to
same
do is
web series? Because the one that Andros is in is
it was made by the same
pretty
people. I
in
thought it was
space focused. Oh, it was made by the same person. Okay, I see what you're
it was
saying.
made by the same person. I thought it was the same like connected like universe type show. It had the same like storyline. It's I think it's Power Rangers Unleashed.
You mean Unworthy? Were Unworthy
Hold
and
on.
Bloodline of the Grid made by the same production company?
I think so.
I
They
think
have
Bloodline of the Grid is the Andros one, I think.
I think so.
I will say that the
Bloodline of
Unworthy
the
one was
Grid.
pretty good.
Yeah, Bloodline of the Grid is the Andros one. Power Rangers Unworthy.
Okay, so Unworthy
Yeah, no, they're two different
is by
companies.
Unworthy Production.
Unworthy Productions, and then Bloodline of the Grid is by Nerdbot. So two different things.
Okay, but still, like they are very similarly toned. So my brain connected them. But you see my point. Like Unworthy is a good way of using Mighty Morphin, but Hasbro will not do something like that. Hasbro isn't going to put people that actually know the like story and know what is going on in Power Rangers in charge of a Power Rangers thing. We saw this with Simon Bennett.
But they wouldn't put Unworthy as a thing for the official Power Rangers show because Unworthy was just too brutal.
Yeah, which I'm not saying they need to do specifically Unworthy again. I'm saying we need something with that level of creativity and that level of actual passion put into it,
I
rather
think if
than
that passion
constant
was
cash grabs with Mighty Morphin behind it, because that is the issue here.
I think if that passion was made into a Mighty Morphin thing that wasn't as brutal as Unworthy, they would have gone for it.
Yeah,
But
they
didn't.
would. But at the same time, they aren't finding anybody who is as passionate. They're giving it to people like Simon Bennett.
So it's not their fault, it's the fault of people who are making these things. So don't put the blame on Hasbro, put the blame on the people that want to make Mighty Morphin stuff. If people want to make Mighty Morphin stuff, then make it with passion and not brutal so that Hasbro can back it.
Yeah, my point again, it's literally Hasbro is officially backing a YouTube channel that made a Power Rangers web series. They're just throwing money at people to do something Power Rangers to see if it sticks. I don't think Hasbro cares enough about Power Rangers to be that creatively involved in this reboot. It's going to come down to who the creative team is and what they can do.
So it's not Hasbro's fault, so stop putting the blame on them.
It is Hasbro's fault when you are getting shit like the Fortnite collab that is only Mighty Morphin.
Which everybody loves.
All of the toys.
Fucking
all of the
glowing
toys
reviews for the
how
Fortnite
many years,
collab.
Riley, have been just Mighty Morphin and nothing else?
Doesn't matter if it's good, though. The Fortnite collab has been universally praised. The Fortnite collab has been very effective in putting the Power Rangers name back out there. I think the Fortnite collab might literally save Power Rangers. So let's not talk shit about the fucking Fortnite collab, because that has gone exceptionally well.
And speaking of collabs, someone tell me, because I actually don't know about if this is true or not, but did Hasbro or did they not? Um, like, were they the ones behind the collab with Ark Survival? Because that
Yes.
shit was fire.
I
Yeah, that's
don't
also
think
That
cool.
was
I don't
that was
think
awesome.
I don't think that was Hasbro. Hold on.
Had to have been Hasbro. It's an officially licensed Power Ranger. Anything that's officially licensed for Power Rangers is Hasbro. Not that they're creatively involved with it, but they're the ones funding it. Same thing with the reboot.
No, what I was saying was I don't think Power Rangers was owned by Hasbro during this time. 'Cause didn't this happen
This
before
happened a
Hasbro bought
couple
it?
of years ago. This happened way after Hasbro.
It was last year.
I could have sworn this was way before this. No, wait, no, I was watching mods. Never mind.
Yeah, you know, the official collab was Hasbro.
Okay, yeah.
100%, yes.
Yeah, no, I was
It,
watching
it,
Arc mods because I've been watching Arc content since Arc released.
it was last year, and the official collab was awesome. Look at images.
Yeah, the Arc collab is awesome. The Fortnite collab is awesome. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers can be awesome.
Like now, because of the Hasbro collab, in Arc you have morphers, weapons, Zords, Megazords, fully functioning of every single Mighty Morphin Ranger, from red to green to white, all the other four,
Holy shit, I
even
need to buy
villains.
Arc. I didn't know you could be the White Ranger. That's awesome.
I'm pretty sure you got White Ranger anyway. I could be wrong. Nope. Yep. He's there. I see him. The Titanozord is there. You've got the Dragon Zord. You've got
Yeah, no, it has like
Rita.
all of the
You've got Zed,
swords.
Alpha, Putty.
You know, the art collab was neat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can only
See,
be
it was
neat because
good.
it's Mighty Morphin. It can't be cool or awesome because it's like, oh, it's not
No,
It
Jungle
was
it's
Fury,
neat
so it
because by that
sucks.
point I had no, it's neat because at that point I had gotten like significantly bored of Arc as a whole because I had been watching Arc for 6 years straight.
Oh, and did I mention they added emotes? So when you morph, you can do the like poses of the different rangers.
Anyway, I do have to like actually go soon because I do need to watch Two Boys.
Right.
I thought
Uh,
Riley was ending this 20 minutes ago.
I didn't say I was ending it right now. I just said I was ending soon, and I didn't because sometimes you leave and you come back fucking 25 minutes later. So that's why I was saying you better hurry up because it's gonna end at some point in the near future. But yeah, I mean we've got an hour and a half in the can. We can call it if we need to. Crow royalty. You don't get to plug because I don't like you. Nightster, where can our listeners find
Follow me
you?
on Twitter, you bitches. Name is my name that he just called out.
You can
Also,
find
go
me
sub to
on
Toku Thrill because I'm part of that
Correct.
now.
Yeah,
yeah that
new
too.
episodes of this program. Probably a lot of them with Crow royalties. So check it
Most
out.
of them.
So and most of them will be full of annoying shit.
Yes, exact 100%. But that's
Oh
what we're
yeah,
here for, to have these annoying arguments. And just remember, folks, the moral of the story is that I am always right.
Riley is
And
always
and with
wrong.
that, thank you for listening. Oh, Nightster, you gotta plug your stuff. My bad, and I gotta
I
plug
didn't even
mine.
plug. You fucking
I
um
got so caught up in my perfect exit that I forgot we still have exit proceedings.
I got my solo channel Nightster where I do gaming stuff. Hopefully again soon, and also sub to Toku Thrill because I am also part of that.
Yeah, and if you're watching this on Toku Thrill, I'm gonna upload it. Probably it's probably gonna be the next day because I think it has to process before I can download it. But I am gonna upload this to Toku Thrill. So if you're watching it on Toku Thrill, the upload, you are in the right place for future live episodes. If you're watching it live, or if you're watching the archive live stream on my channel, go subscribe to Toku Thrill because that's where you're gonna find future episodes. And you can find me at linktr.ee/Riley Cinematic Universe. That's RIELY Cinematic Universe. Podcast, YouTube channels, all sorts of stuff. Nightster, did you mention Megazord Radio? I kind of tuned out.
I forgot to mention Megazord Radio. Check
Yeah,
that channel
so
out.
we have a
We
weekly Power Rangers watch along podcast. It's called Megazord Radio. That's on its own YouTube channel, Megazord Radio, a Power Rangers watch along podcast. It's also on Spotify and Apple and those podcasty sorts of places. Every week we review roughly 2 episodes of Power Rangers on average, and we recap them in depth, episode by episode. And Crow Royalty was going to be on, but given scheduling stuff that's coming up, I think they might get cucked. But
Yeah,
we'll
fuck
see what
you, Riley.
happens.
Let me be on this one this week. I want to rant.
Okay, well, first of all, that's impossible for Go Juju unless you're available Wednesday morning. And second of all, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about
Oh
Putty
wait.
on the Brain.
Oh, you bitch.
We'll talk about it off air. Let me deafen
That's
and
this
do
week.
do the 30 seconds of silence. Yes, no, it's next week, or
Oh
it was going to be next week, and I think now it has to be this week because Nightster is traveling. We have to double
no, no,
record
no, no,
on
no.
Wednesday.
Night, night. Can I just replace you for an episode,
No,
please?
no,
Night,
it's
night.
not
I
up
need
to
your.
him. It's up to me. No,
No, it's up to Night because Night's the one traveling.
it's my fucking
O'Reilly's the
podcast. He
host.
doesn't even have access to the channel. I
It,
won't do the podcast with you or upload it.
Fuck you.
it is it is Riley's podcast. I can't
That's
have a big
bull.
say in this.
That's a bull.
Call out of work, bitch.
I can't afford to,
But all right,
Mister. I'm not gonna say that on air.
well, thank you for watching, everybody. See you next time.